All right, we are live. Yo, yo, yo. Want to say hello and thank you all again for joining us for another episode of Touching You podcast. Big shout out to Elder Sheila for again the opportunity for us to come on here and just share a little bit of our story for me and myself, to get some inspiration, to share some inspiration, but then also to bring on my friends and my family to come on and again share their inspiration and also to be inspired as well. Man, we're all a tribe, and again, where what the word says, where there are two or three gathered in His name, He is there, man. And wanting to make sure to get comfortable in that space everywhere I am with all of my good people. Before we jump into our big guest here today, I know that name and that face looks very familiar to some of you, as he is definitely a frequent podcast interviewee, guest, partner, whatever we want to call him. But it's my boy Big Malachi. I'm gonna let him jump in and kind of give us a little spiel of what he's been up to. But before I do that, I did just want to first just share here that we do have Vacation Bible School going on at our local church here, starting today at 7 p.m. to 8:45. If you're free and don't have anything to do and you're in the local area, this is in Dallas, Texas. The address is 1112 South Ewan Street, Dallas, Texas. The zip code is 75216. Again, that is Ewan Street, Church of the Living God. Please feel free to come and join. If you're looking for a community and a fun way to learn the word, here's a place where you can. It's available for all age groups, so please feel free to come out and join us. Now, jumping back into my boy Malachi, we got some good big things coming up here. And again, thank you everybody that's joining in. I see Mama T has joined on. Hello, hello, and a few other guests. Hello, and thank you all for always joining us. But man, my boy Malachi got something big coming up for us. Walking in his purpose, walking in his calling. His big things been brewing up. Bro, come on, man. What's going on? You got something coming up for us, brother? We was just talking about popcorn. You got some popcorn popping?
Yeah, a matter of fact, this Wednesday I have the opportunity of preaching at my own local church. And the cool thing about that is it's on my birthday.
Oh,
So
come on, man.
no better place to
I
be
didn't know
than
that was a birthday.
celebrate the birthday in the house of God and spreading the good news. So um, yeah, thank you for showing that flyer, man. It's been a long time coming. Definitely was blessed with the opportunity, and it's crazy how God works because normally our services on Fridays,
Oh yeah.
and this service we had to switch our schedule on to Wednesdays, and it just matched up. And I just felt like God was telling me, you know, do something different this year, right?
I
Instead
love
of
that.
doing self care,
Yeah.
spa day, steakhouse, going out, celebrating. Like, why
That's
don't you give
dope.
back, right? Why don't you give back into this next chapter of your life, right? I'm turning 30, right? So this
Wow.
could be a big, this could be a big day. This could be special.
That's
Um,
it, brother.
and I thought, just the concept of breaking chains, right?
Yeah.
Going into 30, right? A lot of chains from my 20s, early teens, that I've had to break. Just trying to help other people overcome, the chains that are maybe holding them back mentally, spiritually, physically in their life.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up,
yeah,
man. I know that your story alone because you're my brother, so I know a little bit of your journey, and some of our frequent followers as well should know a little bit as well from your last interviews with us, bro. But man, uh, just to hear you say, wanting to do something a little different this year for your birthday, it's like, man, instead of going out, relaxing, doing a spa day or anything like that, right? Or just a lot of people can take their birthday and be like, "This is a me day. This is a me day, bro." But to like stand and be like, "Nah, this is a God day, bro." That you just inspired me, and literally just saying that alone, bro.
yeah, bro. It's just been walking on my purpose, right? Trying to help other people
Yeah,
overcome what they want to do, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But getting a chance to celebrate my birthday in the church, six
bro.
years of sobriety, like just trying to be a beacon in people's lives, right? We all go through tough things, right? Life right now is difficult for a lot of people, whether weather related storms. It's been a lot of
Yeah,
throughout, especially in Texas. Um, there's a lot of political turmoil going on, a lot of unrest. The economy is not that great,
yeah,
so mental health is skyrocketing across many demographics, and so just trying to use my platform, my gifts, to help other people um, realize that there's hope.
That's beautiful, bro.
There's
That
always
is
hope.
beautiful. Cause it is hope out here, man. And to get you a tribe of people around you who can encourage you like that, bro. Like I said, bro, just that alone just inspired me. To think about what I want to do for my birthday now. My birthday I still got some time in October. And we definitely ain't no sermons coming out of me by October for sure. But but man, I'm definitely maybe I could think of some kind of creative way to, you know, follow in my brother's footsteps and try to find a way to encourage somebody else on my birthday.
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate
mean,
that.
even more with that. Speaking of creativity, I wasn't gonna do this, but somebody told me to share this. But I'm actually releasing my own book. Very
Yo, what? Come on, G. Yo, you helped that for me too. Yo, hold on
so
now.
yeah,
Come on.
it's called Soul Care. Um, it's a
Oh,
devotional, 31-day devotional, and that kind of just got birthed out of Mental Health Awareness Month, and then June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So it's just a 31-day devotional,
31-day devotion.
just to give people hope, right? What they're going through. I'm gonna be releasing that early next month when I actually launch my podcast, relaunching my podcast. So
Let's
um,
go.
see that out. It'll be free. It'll be free download for everybody.
I
It'll
love
be
that,
free
bro.
download for everybody.
So we got a book coming, your 31-day devotional. You got your sermon, your second sermon coming on this Wednesday on your birthday. And then we also got the podcast coming. My boy got hey, you was talking about that popcorn, bro. Come on. That's what's
I'm
up.
trying to think what else. Oh, I just did an interview with Voyage magazine.
Yo, that's big.
So they should be. I think
Yeah.
they should be publishing that very soon.
Come
Um,
on, man.
oh,
I'm
so
proud of you.
it's been a busy month for me. It's been but a good busy,
That's
productive
good,
month,
busy, yo.
blessed month, a blessed month.
Nah, that's what's up, bro. I'm really I ain't gonna lie, bro. You definitely inspired me like crazy right now. I actually didn't know that you had all of that going on, but it doesn't surprise me either, bro. You've been walking in your journey for a while, bro, and
Yeah. And I can't even take the credit for myself.
come on now, yeah.
Other person, well, all credit goes to God, but just like you said, your tribe, right? The people who
Yep.
you're around. That devotional was a simple project for my church,
Hmm.
and another pastor saw it and would just realize, like, hey, like your gift can go outside just the four walls of this church,
Mm,
right?
goodness, brother.
Why don't you make it to something that can go to all chures, all people? And
Yeah.
so it's that little, but then you have those thoughts of, well, it doesn't
Yeah.
look good. It's not a book. How am I gonna do it?
Yeah.
You just find people. There's another friend. His name is Josh Caleb. He's a young adult pastor in a small church out here in Texas. Um,
Nice.
very charismatic dude, and he created his own book, right? And I
Mm,
asked, like, hey, how'd you do it? And he was, bro, just simple steps, bro. Just walk out in faith. Don't worry about. It don't gotta be woodbound. It don't gotta be a New York Times bestseller. Like
yeah.
God will bring the favor. You just gotta be obedient in what you want to do.
Hmm.
Um,
Dang,
and so
that's another good journey.
that just gave me like motivation, to stop making excuses of walking in my calling, right? Of waiting for the perfect moment, and because that moment's never going to come, right? You just gotta go out and do it. And so,
Hmm.
yeah, so this will be the first of many. I plan on releasing a men's devotional, a women's devotional, and a young adult devotional, but this will be the first one. It's like I said, it's gonna be free download for everybody. So
Come on, man. Hey, well, in advance, brother, I'm gonna clap it up for you.
I appreciate that.
All the success is gonna come from this, bro. Walking in your blessings, bro. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm proud of the friends I got around, bro. I'm feeling very inspired. That's dope. I'm happy to hear that. And when you drop it, man, send it my way, bro. So I'm gonna send it out to everybody in my church, all my friends and everything. We're gonna definitely use the devotional, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But man, getting into that, right? All the good things you got going on. Kind of want to take it back to your first time when
Yeah.
you did your sermon. I think I know it hasn't been a year ago.
Nah, it's been a couple years. This will
Yeah.
probably be my maybe like sixth, seventh message I preached at this church.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm behind there, right?
yeah. I mean, it's the frequency has increased, but it's been a couple
Mm,
years. Like, I mean, yeah, it's been like my 6 or 7, but maybe only like the third year, maybe.
got you. Okay, okay. And this one that you're doing this Thursday, is this your first one this year?
I think it'll be my second one this year.
Second one this year. I think so. I think earlier
Or my
this
third.
year.
I think I did one before, and then I did one in a prison not too long ago in
That's right.
June. I did
That's
one
right.
in June,
Yeah.
and then this
Yeah.
will be the third one. Yeah.
That is right. But speaking of that, bro, just kind of in your approach of going into the pulpit, right? Okay, it's maybe number 6 or 7. Um, how does it feel, man? Kind of taking that step. I know you talk about a lot of the time in between when you're preparing. You're wanting to serve, you wanting to figure out ways to give to the people around you and be a light for your peers or be that beacon.
Yeah.
But it's a whole another beast when it's when you get to the pulpit and you got to really stand in that armor in which
Yeah.
you've been strengthening. How does
Yeah.
it feel? And again, you're about to be 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought you was just a little bit closer to my age. I'll be 32 this year,
Yeah.
but um, yeah, man. How does it feel to be the young guy stepping in and
Yeah.
stepping up essentially?
There's a spiritual aspect to it and a physical aspect to it.
Yeah.
Spiritually, everyone's sermon preparation is different, or just regular speech and engagement is different, right? For me, I like to fast. I normally don't eat or drink that day until I'm
Oh,
speaking, right? I want to allow the Holy Spirit to really fill me up as much as possible and allow
hallelujah.
Him to really speak through me, right?
Yeah.
Um, but leading up to that, if you're given a topic, right? I've been given a topic. Okay, like what? How can I? What's my approach to?
Mm-hmm.
What's my speaking style, right? I can't be a Joyce Meyer or a Joel Osteen
Mm-hmm.
or TD Jakes or Michael Todd, Stephen Furtick.
Right.
Like I can't, I gotta be me, right? It's okay to study these
Me
people,
too. Yeah.
figure out what works, but end of the day, you gotta figure out what's your style,
That's real.
right? For me, I love the arts, right? So, and well, I won the arts, and I'm not extroverted, right? I'm not
Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Solar Baptist. I'm not loud.
Right.
The arts, so I like to bring in a lot of imagery. I like to
Okay.
bring
Yeah, the
stories,
visuals.
poems, visuals.
Hmm.
Kind of like how Jesus did with parables, right?
Come on now.
Because not everyone can digest Bible verses or very fancy motivational quotes or very scholarly dialect and words. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, but people understand imagery, people understand pictures, people understand poems and stories, and
Yeah.
so
Take them there.
um, so that's usually my approach, um, and then from there you kind of figure out what have I learned in my life, right? What are lessons that I've learned, and also lessons that I've heard from other people or I've seen.
I love
Um,
that.
what are stories that I know can resonate from the Bible, and biblical verses that can back up what I
Yeah.
want, right? I think that's a something
Personalized.
a lot of pastors or ministers or people who want to preach, you got to bring in the Bible into it. You got to how does
Right.
it apply to Jesus, right?
Mhm.
Don't just bring in your personal lens to it. But if it's not backed biblically,
Yeah.
then speaking falsely, basically,
Okay. Yeah.
unintentionally or intentionally. But a lot of people you got to bring it back, right? And so really studying,
Mm.
the word, right? Like understanding what you're saying, the magnitude of it, um, and from there, everyone's different. I like to walk and talk. Right,
Okay.
I'm a walker and talker. Like when I work remote, when I work home, I'm walking the hallways, my room. I don't
Same, bro. Hands are moving. I'm like all day. Yeah.
preach. I like to take up the whole stage.
Come on now. Yeah.
So if that's happening, that means I need to know my content. Okay,
Right.
on the left side of the stage, my
Yeah.
tablet right here.
I've got to be flowing, brother.
I gotta know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, and so, but I like making eye contact with people. I like to. I don't like to. I like to preach with people, not at people.
That's
Right?
good,
So
brother.
making
Yeah.
eye contact, walk into stage, because sometimes people who sit on the very far left or far right may feel like they're left out.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
Joyce Meyer does this really well.
Mm.
Very preach, and so other preachers as well, like taking up the space. Make it yourself, make it yours, right? That helps me be more comfortable, right? And then the last thing, more physically, is I get stage fright. That's always been something
Yeah.
that I've dealt with, especially in sports. I used to wrestle in high school, and I had really bad stage fright. I would psych myself out, right?
Really?
I was good enough, or I would feel like I would make a mistake, or I
Hey,
feel like
sweet baby.
too many eyes on me, things
Yeah.
like that. And so, just coming up with my own routine to help me get in the zone, to make me calm down, to make me feel confident, right?
Yeah.
So, because people always ask me, "Are you nervous?" I'm always nervous, but I do it afraid. I do it anyways. Right?
That's
And so
good though.
that's
Yeah.
what fasting also helps, right?
Yeah.
Nerves out, and in prayer because things can go wrong. The mic don't work when you get up there. The graphic don't pop up. People understand when you're
That's a fact.
speaking. It doesn't even have to be preaching. When you're speaking, and like there's just a minor glitch in the PowerPoint,
It can
that
throw you
awkward
off.
10
Yeah.
seconds, like it can get real nerve wracking if you're not
Yeah.
confident. You know what I'm
That is
saying?
true.
Like 5-10 seconds isn't a lot of time for the audience. It's gonna be like that, but for you, it
Mm,
feels like an eternity,
yeah.
right? And
That was a
so,
piece of your presentation,
right,
essentially.
so
Yeah.
just there's power in pause. There's
That's
power in slowing down. There's and so those are things I've had to learn to get my public speaking better.
That was really good, bro. In your journey of going from climbing that ladder from your first to your sixth to your seventh, and then to
Yeah.
preparing for Wednesday, is this something that maybe God taught you like more and more on the way? Do you think like there was something that was like here God said this is, whether it was your lane or it was this is your style, this is your, and then like you've been like growing, and like as you after every sermon you've like unlocked a different layer level of it, do you think?
Yeah, I would say
Hmm.
me wanting to really speak started in college.
Hmm.
I remember it's
Public
crazy.
speaking thing.
Yeah, public speaking. I remember how actually back before college, high school, my
Hmm.
my English teacher, which is one of the reasons why I do what I do today, is she always saw that gift of writing and speaking in me.
Okay.
And I hated reading. And it's funny because she was my English teacher. I hated reading in high school, but she was like, "Bro, you have such a great gift of writing and speaking."
Yeah.
And she would always I went to an arts high school, and so we always published like periodicals and newspapers and things like that. So she would, in some of our assignments, she would take some of my letters or my poems and get them published in the article without me knowing.
That's
And
actually pretty dope, brother.
just for me to get the reaction from the public to say this is good, just to
Hmm.
actually am good,
Yeah, I
right?
get
And
that
she would
though. Yeah,
always calling me to speak in class, to
like
debate
that.
or say things, and so and then fast forward to college, it's crazy how things we thought were sent to destroy us or setbacks. But I was in a very very abusive relationship, and long story short, my ex at the time, she wanted to start podcasting,
Yeah.
and I remember you know I asked her, where'd you get this stuff from? Where'd you get that from? And she's like, oh, our school donates it for free. Like you can borrow it for free. And I was like, okay, cool. So I remember I started a podcast or YouTube channel during that time.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, me and her were finished, but it was like I got the idea from her, right?
Right.
And so
Right
fast
place, right time.
forward, I remember two things happened. One, my roommate at the time, shout out to Stanley, he just kept telling me, brother, you got a gift. You have a gift.
Yeah.
He kept saying it over and like, you have a gift of talking. You have a gift of talking. You have a gift of talking. And after that, I kind of died down from the podcast and YouTube channel when I moved to Houston and some life things happened.
Mm.
And I remember I got an opportunity to speak at my church. It was a podcast episode that we did, and it got released on my the anniversary of my therapist. He passed away from a heart attack. That's the other
Right.
reason
Yeah.
why I got into like mental health and spreading
Yeah.
the good news. And so when it got released that day, ironically, I didn't know it until the release day. I was like, wow, it was like, all right, God, I see what you're doing here. That week, we had an event at the church, and I was there, and this is a little spiritual here, but I had an angelic experience.
Okay.
And I'm at the church, and this little girl walks up to me, and she's like, "Hey, like you're Malachi?" I guess I am. She's like, "Well, you did really good on your episode. You're really good with how you talk."
Hmm.
And Like, well, thank you. Um, and I was asking her questions like, what did you think about what I said? And she was like, no. She's like, I don't know what you're talking. I was like, well, you talking about the episode I just did? She was like, nah, I'm talking about from your YouTube channel. And it was crazy because
Yo, that's crazy, yeah.
I hadn't made an episode in like
You're not active on there, yeah.
I hadn't made an episode in like 2-3 years, bro.
Wow,
And it was crazy because
wow,
um I started a podcast at Penn State back in Pennsylvania. Now I'm in Houston. I'm like, how is this little girl like in middle school know me?
wow,
Like,
yeah.
I only had like 60 subscribers at the time on YouTube. So I'm like, how does this girl know me? So
Hmm.
she was like,
Wow.
remember her words, she said, keep doing what you're doing, it's important. And you're good at it. And so I remember the next day I went back to church and I tried to find her. I was asking for her parents or her name. Bro, no one, she's like vanished. So I believe I was speaking to an angel. But it was like,
Oh yeah.
but it was like that divine confirmation, right? So now um everyone keeps saying the same thing. I'm not trying to harp on myself, but it's just like I run into people all the time.
Yeah,
Um,
God places those small messages in places for a reason. It's that small reminder. Yeah,
and the good thing about my ministry at my church is that we
love
stream
that.
services.
Hmm.
And so I run into people on a regular Sunday. I'm just walking through the hallways, and someone be like, "Hey, you're Malachi, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, like that message you preached two
Come
years
on.
ago that really stuck with me." And it's those little hints that
Yeah, yeah.
your God is, especially when I'm down, when I'm feeling down, or I feel like I'm not in my calling, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not where I'm supposed to be. God will just send somebody, whether it's a pastor, a friend, a stranger, to
Come on, man.
just encourage me with
Yeah,
something that I've done years ago. And
yeah.
so just
Beautiful, bro. That's beautiful.
keep walking in your calling, bro. And he'll, like I said, he'll send you the people, he'll send you the divine confirmations, the signs,
Yeah.
coincidences. There's a quote I like from Einstein. It says, uh, "Coincidences are God's ways. Is God's way of remaining anonymous." And
Wait, say that. Hold on. Say that one more time for me. God,
coinc-
coincidences.
coincidences is God's way of remaining anonymous.
Gotta write that down, bro.
So basically, it's like there's no such a thing as coincidences.
Yeah, no, that's
Everything,
cold, bro.
everything
Coincidences is God's way of remaining anonymous. It's all blessings, bro. It's never. Wow. Wow, that's
yeah,
I don't think I've heard that one before. That's a good one. You always give me some good tidbits.
yeah. Like if you need a sign, pray for a sign, bro, and God's gonna send you a sign.
Say this, yeah. No, that's good, bro. You always end up dropping some good gems, bro. We always got something good to take. And you know what's crazy? I don't think I ever told you this, bro. But just like you say now, right? You'll be in a random place at a random time, and people will come and tell you that like that you inspired them in some which way or whatever, bro. Literally, dude, I can literally have random conversations with people, and they'll be like, "Bro, that dude Malachi that was on your podcast, bro, hey, he cold, bro. He cold." You know, just literally random things like that. Or I'm at church, or anywhere where someone has maybe followed my podcast or watched an episode. You always come up, bro. You
Yeah,
definitely walk your purpose, bro. There's a gift on you, bro, and
true.
God is definitely using it, man. Whenever you feeling, I mean, you already doing the right things, bro. But yeah, whenever you feeling discouraged, bro, yeah, definitely remember that.
I appreciate that, man.
You're definitely doing the right things, bro. And I myself am very inspired by you, bro. So
Thank you, man.
if ain't nobody watching, bro, I am for sure, for real.
Thank you. It means a lot to me.
I mean that, man. But kind of jumping into Big Wednesday, bro. You want to give us a little sneak peek or feel into what God is putting on your heart? We don't, definitely don't give us everything. But before we jump into that, the Wednesday will be streamed live as well, right?
Yeah, we'll be streaming
I
live.
will be, and I'm gonna just pull that up again for everyone who has not been able to see it.
Yeah, that link right there, Freedom Night Online. That's all you gotta type, and it'll take you directly to the stream
Perfect. And which one was it? Oh, Freedom Night
online.
Online.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the very bottom line. Yeah.
yeah. Move it out the way. Yeah. Freedom Night .online.com, man. Yeah, that was perfect. So yeah, bro, you so I guess it's just the title, The Chain Breaker.
Yeah, that'll be the title of the sermon.
Come on, man. Hey, that already sounds fire, bro.
Yeah.
That already sounds fire. Go ahead, give us a little bit of what you gonna hit on, or if that's okay. I know you maybe
No, that's okay, man. It's
tearing up in your heart.
yeah, it's I think a lot of people, including myself, we go through life, and sometimes we get these chains develop around us, right? That keep us in
Mhm.
bondage, in prison. It can be whether you were born into a family that wasn't healthy. Maybe you're born into a family with generational curses,
Mm,
where there's lack of fathers,
yeah.
there's really healthy marriages. Maybe there's a lot of drug addiction in the family. Maybe there's a lot of love wasn't really a thing in the family.
Good one. Yeah, that's a good
You're
one.
neglected, or maybe you were born into poverty.
Yeah.
Um, then there's chains that can develop around us from based on somebody's done to us. Maybe you've been abused physically
Yeah.
or sexually, or in a relationship, or by a stranger. Maybe
Yeah.
you were mistreated at work and you got fired or laid off, or you spoke up against something that was wrong,
Mm,
got
yeah.
fired, or there's so many different things. Maybe you got into a car accident.
Yeah.
Maybe you got sick. Maybe um, there's so many things that people can
Yeah.
do to us that we can't control, right?
That's real. Yeah.
Maybe a divorce. Maybe you got cheated on an affair.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe a friend cheated you. Maybe your business partner took your business from you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Or got injured and can't play
right.
sports
Now you
anymore.
have these mental chains and spiritual chains that make you maybe not believe in God anymore. Make you maybe not believe your life is worth living anymore. And then you got the chains you put on yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you have chains that you have bad habits. Maybe you have chains that result from an addiction. Maybe it's
Yeah.
alcoholism, or drug addiction.
Yeah.
Um,
Speak to him, brother.
yeah, maybe it's addiction to lust, and
Yeah.
you're just lusting yourself away because you've been hurt in the past
Yeah.
and feel like you can't find love. You never want to trust again. You know,
Coping.
right? That coping, men do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so,
That's good.
it's and so just those chains that hold us in bondage from really living out in the purpose um, that God intended for us,
Yeah.
right? It's crazy. I came across a study about atheists,
Hmm.
and one of the leading, I don't want to say the word coincidence, but the leading,
Yeah. Never not after the
the
call
leading
earlier.
data point
Hmm.
that a lot of the atheists had in common all had dad issues.
Hmm.
So now when you talk about the Bible with the father that loves you, that's going to clash
Hmm.
with your concept of having a father because you didn't have a good dad when you were a kid, right? And
Bro.
so
Wow.
that's a chain, you know what I'm saying? And so it's
Hmm.
I can go on and on, but that's what it's about, and then but that's not where your life has to end, right?
Right.
We have Jesus, we have the Holy Spirit, who's our chain breaker.
Come on now.
You don't have to live in poverty. What is it, John 8:36? Who the Son sets free is free indeed.
Hey.
So
Come on.
um,
Speak to us, brother.
you don't gotta live in bondage, you know. There's a story. I'm actually gonna preach about this. There's a story
Come on.
from a author by the name of C.S. Lewis. A lot of people don't understand. C.S. Lewis, the guy who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe, he's actually a Christian. All those are Christian books.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually C.S. Lewis. And I'm sorry to jump in. That's actually one of my dad's favorite artists.
Yeah, and I think it's in. This is I heard it from another preacher actually.
Hmm.
At my church, Pastor Caleb, and it's from a story. I think I can't remember the name of the book, but it's about a dude and he's about to walk into heaven, I believe, or he's about to walk into the next chapter of his life, but he doesn't understand that there's an invisible like demon on the back of him, and the guy at the gate is like saying, "Hey, you can't come in until you take that backpack off." And he's like, "What backpack? I don't see a backpack." And then his eyes open and realize that he has this demon that's attached to him. But
Yeah.
the problem is that the demon, it's not just a backpack anymore. The demon's actually latched onto him physically.
Okay.
The demon off, it's going to be painful to take them chains off because they're embedded in him. What happens is it's more comfortable. It's more comfortable for me to stay with my chains on instead to take the chains off and walk in freedom.
Bruh, because when I take the demon off my back, I might lose some skin. I might.
That's called,
brother.
it's called surgery, bro. That's what a lot of people want. They want They want band-aid operation. Right?
Yo. Yeah.
But when look at you scab yourself, break an elbow, deep cut, you got to put the alcohol on it. It's gonna stain.
Heal, brother. Heal. Come on.
It's gonna
Oh,
stain when you put the alcohol
yeah.
in. Right? When you clean your wounds, it's gonna deep wounds require deep healing, right? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting. A lot of people
Spit,
they
brother.
don't want to go through that pain process.
Wow.
And that's what keeps a lot of people from healing because to go through pain, you gotta relive those memories. You gotta
Mm,
open. You gotta forgive people.
mm.
You gotta go back. You gotta take ownership of
Yeah.
your own mistakes or putting yourself in that position, right?
Yeah.
Um,
You gotta go face them.
you
Oh
gotta,
man, you spitting right now, brother.
there's two. You see that in the Bible in two Bible verses or two Bible stories. We see
Yeah.
the prophet Elijah when he's suicidal in the cave. He's on a run from basically an attack, and
Yeah.
he's kind of worn out. He's spiritually dead. He feels like he can't go on anymore. Long story short, God tells him go the same way he's running from.
Go back.
Go back the same way you came from because there's other people out there I need you to help, and there's a servant out there I need you to appoint.
Come on now.
You can't those two things, those two callings in your life, you can't get to them unless you go back the same way you're running from. Right, and then we see the Israelites escaping Egypt into the Promised Land. Right,
Wow.
they're free from bondage physically, but
Physically.
mentally still there in the wilderness. They're complaining, Moses, why you got her? Why you got us out here, bro?
Come on, bro. Yeah.
There's food back in Egypt. There's a bed back there. I can sleep, right? But they don't realize they're in captivity.
From bondage. Yeah.
Right? There's in my sermon preparation, I came across a quote from Harriet Tubman. Don't quote me directly, but she says something like, I freed thousands and thousands of slaves, but she says I could have freed thousands and thousands more if they realized that they were slaves.
Yep. I did read something like that too. Yeah.
Right?
Come on, brother.
A lot of people it's that being comfortable with where they're at, realize that they're in bondage. That's spiritual warfare, bro. That's how Satan tricks you.
Dang, brother. You speaking into we ain't even got to Wednesday yet, bro. You ain't even at the pulpit yet right now. You speaking to some demons right now, bro. You really are.
Bro, it's everyone you gotta come to that point where you hit rock bottom and you realize I gotta make a choice. I'm gonna stay in the pain, or I'm gonna go through the pain of healing and redemption and reconciliation.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited now, bro. I'm excited. I definitely need to get that link, bro. We're gonna share it up. Yeah, we at about 7:32 now. Brother, do you got any more food you need to give us, man, for us to eat, man? Come on, you got some more for us? Then hit us with it. Hit us with it now. We're gonna close out in just a little bit again.
Just close out with my favorite Bible verse. It's 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7 and 8, and just says, I've run the race, I've fought the good fight, and I've kept the faith. Now there lies a crown of righteousness which Jesus Christ will give me on that day. And I just encourage people, keep running your race. Everyone's race is different. Your race is different from other people. Just like a horse race, they have blinders on. They're not worried about what the horse next to them is doing.
Right.
You got to run your race.
Yeah.
And you got to fight the good fight. When you give your life to Jesus, that don't mean life is going to be easy.
Come on, man. No.
You put a target on your back. When you're favored in God's kingdom, you're an enemy of Satan's kingdom. And he's gonna send some things. He's gonna send some things your way to really see if you really willing to follow Jesus. You see that in the book of Job.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I used to always say, God gives his strongest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Right. And the thing is, and that's how I talk. That's how I interpret the book of Job. It's like I feel like they were like at a poker table. And they're like, bro.
Yeah, he was like, no, I got somebody for you, bro.
Like he didn't. He had extreme confidence in him.
Yeah,
he knew he was going to do it.
Come on. Yeah.
And so, it's not to go. That's a whole sermon in itself.
Yeah, come on now.
The last thing is, keeping the faith. You gotta keep the faith. I told people if you can keep this up, everything else will take care of itself, bro. If your spiritual health is aligned, mental, emotional, physical, financial, social, all this will take care of itself. But this has to stay rooted, bro. Because life is gonna life. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna hit with some haymakers. We see this year, like I said, all these storms are just Texas, North Carolina. I think I saw some flooding in New Mexico. There's some flooding up in Northeast. I saw New Jersey. Like, just, I think there's a tsunami in Alaska. I think last week.
The
Like,
fires,
the violence, raids,
Yeah.
protests, not just, and there's other things and I'm just talking about America. There's other things
Right.
in the world that are going
Yeah.
on. So, life is you gotta keep your faith up. You gotta keep your faith up. But the thing about that is, and we see this in the book of or in the Gospels, seeing Jesus when he's in the Garden of Gethsemane before he's about to get crucified.
Yeah.
He's crying and praying to God, bro. You know, he says, you know, I can't really drink from this cup, but not my will, but your will be done, right? When God sent them angels to strengthen them, right? But he had his doubts.
Come on now.
He was sweating blood.
Yeah.
Like he's stressed, right? Like you gotta. That's what we see that in the book of Job too. And never once said Job sinned. Despite all his trials and tribulations, but what he do? He kept going back to God. Now, some things he said were humble, some things weren't humble, but kept coming back to him. God, I just want to talk to you, bro.
Yeah.
God, we gotta talk, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? I ain't signing for this battle, bro, but we gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? They don't even say that. They just want to go to social media. They just want to vent to social media, or they want to vent to the girlfriend or their family, or be bitter, or God don't love you no more.
Yeah. Dang, that's good. He went back to him every time.
God, we just gotta talk, bro. And I feel like that's sometimes. Hey, I ain't signing for this. I'm tired of the strongest warrior of 2025. I don't want that for 2025.
I ain't trying to be that not this year, bro. Like, give me your up.
But he already knows our thoughts, but we gotta talk to him, because what happens is when we don't get that stuff out, he can use that against us, and then he starts filling up our mind with negative thoughts. Like, I don't love you. You're never gonna do this. You're never gonna. These dreams ain't gonna come true. You're never gonna find a wife. Never gonna have kids. Never gonna be financially free. You're not gonna get that job. Not gonna start that business. You're gonna be an alcoholic forever. You're gonna be depressed forever. You know what I'm saying? And so, but when you get those thoughts out, he can't use them no more.
Damn, man, I'm telling you, bro. You don't even know it, brother, but you're speaking to a lot right now, man.
That's why you said at the very beginning, your tribe is important, bro. You gotta get them out, bro. That's why people say. That's when people say, "Church, I'm a Christian, but I don't go to church."
It's like a tribe, yeah.
That's a satanic belief. That's how Satan gets you, bro.
Yeah. Come on now. Dang, brother. You hit us with some fire, bro. I'm gonna drop your flyer again one more time. Man. Hey. That's the chain breaker right there, man. If you need some inspiration, if you need a good word on whatever it is that you're battling with, he listed them all, man. If you had a job that you want again and can't get back to, or if you got a job that you don't want and can't get away from, and you can't make that leap because you're afraid of everything else that'll fail in the meantime. If you got that girlfriend, that boyfriend, or that divorce, or whatever it is, man, and you just can't get over it, or maybe you can and you just waiting for that time to get over that hump. Man, it's time to get over that hump, the chain breaker. And if you need some deeper inspiration on how and when, and the encouragement to do so, my boy got a sermon ready to go, ready to fire out for you all on Wednesday. Here's the link here for the webcast. You can watch it online at freedomnight.online. Is it just .online or
just .online? It'll take you there. So freedomnight.online. And one more thing, it would be ill of me to not do this. The ministry I serve is a freedom ministry at Lakewood Church, and our head pastor, Pastor Bowman, he released this book too. So this is his first book. It's called Free to Soar. Free to Soar. Definitely proud of him. He also shouted me out in this book as well. So definitely I'm proud of him. But it's a great book. It really gives a glimpse of what our ministry is all about. And like I said, that hope. Like I said, we're free to soar. We're free from the honest, right? From the chains. We don't gotta say about it. We're free to soar above and beyond what we're going through and what's held us back for so long.
Amen. And before I close out, I want to share this one more time as well. Again, we do have the Vacation Bible School going on at our local church at Ewan Street Church of the Living God. Address is 1112 South Ewan Street, Dallas, Texas, 75216. It's going on from today through Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8:45. Please, 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 if you're looking for a place to learn some word and fellowship with a good community, here we have this available going on this week, and you're more than welcome to come and join us. You can also check us out on Sunday, streaming live, and also please feel free to join us in service. But again, my brother, man, it's always amazing to have you here on the podcast. You always give us some good food to eat and some good things to, I always think I just come off the podcast with you just feeling like inspired and like I'm like you know how I'm like stoked to go hit the gym. Like I want to go run, bro. I want to go. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
appreciate that.
man, I'm ready to hit it hard, bro. I appreciate you, bro. And I'm praying for you and your ministry, man. And I pray that you continue walking in your faith, brother. It's affecting way more than you probably think. Well, you probably do know because I know you, and I know the kind of person you are, bro. I think you know, bro. You know, man. And man, continue doing what you're doing. God being the center of everything, bro. Bro, I love you and I appreciate you. And again, to everybody, thank you all for joining us for another episode of Touching You Talk Show. Um, Catch us again on the next show. We love you all, and we hope to catch you all soon. Malachi, you got any last thing you want to drop on to him?
Nothing, man. Just it's a phrase I like to say. Just stay prayed up, bro. Just stay
Stay
prayed up.
prayed up.
Stay prayed up.
Stay prayed up again. It's been another great episode. We love you and we thank you. Another shout out to Elder Sheila for the platform. We look forward to catching you all next time. Peace.